the far edge of Scotland, where the North Atlantic meets the North Sea, lies a chain of wild, very windswept islands. I'm talking about Shetland. I'll be hiking across the whole of the Shetland Islands, starting in the south and finishing in the north, where Norway is closer than London is. There is no established route. All I could find is a proposed hiking trail from 2023. I've used that as a guide, but it's all me from here on out. Oh, I'm Liam, by the way. The hike will be taking me to some of the best beaches the UK has to offer. I'll be tackling the rugged coastline and the exposed bleak hills in the centre of the islands. It was about to be a challenge I may regret, but the unknown made it very exciting. And with it being Scotland, I'd have so many wild camping spots to choose from. The wildlife here is amazing too. Birds, seals, and the famous Shetland ponies are in abundance. The only thing left to do was to take the UK's longest ferry ride, 14 hours to be exact. Now, let's cross these islands.
Right there is Sunborough Lighthouse, and this is the start point of this adventure. So what I'll be doing is I'll be hiking from south all the way up to the north of the Shetland Islands, the three main islands. It is going to be a tough one. There is no defined route. In 2023, the Shetland Council tried to implement a Shetland Way going across the whole of the island, but it's just not in place yet. So I've found some routes online and I've tried to make it up myself. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just trying to shelter from all of the wind. There is some rain on the way. There's blue sky there. I've got a lighthouse behind me. I'm trying to make this quick because just get ready for the wind. Oh, it's brutal. So down there, heavy, high seas, and the ominous fog I will have to contend with for the next week or so.
With the fog on the way, I thought it would be a good idea to warn everybody.
The first beach of the trip. Look at the blue skies now though. Still very windy, but I will take this. Right there, there's like an airport literally there. Like, madness. Let's test how cold the water is. I'm expecting it to be quite chilly. Oh no, that was quite warm. Surprisingly warm. Still got dry feet though. Whee! Oh, this place! This is the UK. Amazing, just look at the water. What the?
I decided to take a look at some Viking monuments. I'd see plenty of these while in Shetland. There was an entrance fee, so I had a look from afar. The houses seemed to blend in perfectly with the environment.
I'm currently walking over the runway now on the island. It's not a very big one, I've got to keep going, but that is a first. While all my gear's out, I'm going to show you the food I'm taking with me. So for main meals, I've got 6 of them at night with my gas and then some extra olive oil just to top up the calories. Some salami sticks throughout the day, just to snack on. Mixed nuts with chocolate. That's some of my favourite stuff, I love that. Chocolate bars, cereal bars throughout the day. And then some tortilla wraps, cheese, salami, chorizo. And that's pretty much it, but it's calorific. It's not too heavy and it's just easy to store. It doesn't go off, so that's what I'm eating this week.
I set off along the beach and headed into the countryside. The Shetlands are notorious for having a very short summer, but I seem to have got so lucky. The wind swept across the farmers' fields, and the horses grazed on crops, probably grown in those fields too. It seemed the cows were enjoying the freedom to roam as well. Eventually, I come across a small village with a store. I had a look inside and found some local treats. Shetland choc chip oatcakes, which was amazing, and some fresh Shetland milk. It even had the cream on top. After my break, I went down to check out one of the best beaches Shetland has to offer.
This is a special beach. So this is called St. Ninian's beach. It's a double-sided. You can see left and the right. The largest in the UK. It's called a tombolo. I'm pretty sure scientifically. It's so windy. I was gonna plan on like camping on here, but no chance. As long as I'm out of the wind, I do not mind. Would have been cool to sleep on the beach, but it really isn't worth it. I don't want to get wet. Just look at these views. Amazing. So blue.
It was a great camping spot. The wall even kept me out of the wind coming straight from the sea. On the menu was beef stew with potatoes. Exactly what you need in a place like this. It was too nice outside to sit in the tent, so I watched the sunset for over an hour. I woke up to blue skies, something I wasn't going to take for granted while in Shetland. I hiked over towards the beach, hoping to have it all to myself. It wasn't too busy, so I was happy.
What an amazing beach. I'm just leaving it behind. Goodbye. I'll probably never be back here. Makes me a little sad.
The sand in my shoes was so worth it for this place. I really didn't want to leave. On the way in, I seen a toilet block close to the store just the day before, so I went there to get a wash.
Good morning. I think I slept about 11 or 12 hours last night. My body needed it. The 14-hour ferry ride and then the train up to Aberdeen, I really underestimated how hard that would be on my body. So, just leaving the west coast, St. Ninian's beach. Insane, by the way. I'll never see anything like that in my life again. I definitely took it in this morning. So, leaving that behind, the west coast. And right now I'm in the centre of the island in the hills. I'll be heading over towards the east coast. And then hopefully following their coastal trail all the way to the capital of Lerwick. That's the plan for today.
In the distance I could see some peat cuttings, so I went over to have a look.
Looks like a farmer's been cutting some peat in the peat bog just there. So they use a tool to cut into little bricks, like that pile. And during the summer they leave them out to dry for the winter, so they can use them as fuel because there's no wood here, no trees.
Not long after, I passed the 60th parallel north marker. Some of the trail took me along the coastal paths, which was a great change of scenery. Here, I would get a glimpse of how rugged Shetland really was.
It's a good job I don't need to drink this water. Look how nasty that is. It's the most dirty, rotten water I've ever seen in my life. I've got a bird attacking me. Oh, there's a nest nearby. Oh no. That was so creepy. Go away, mate, please, please. I'll leave you alone, just don't attack. Oh, it's like a horror movie. It was so close to my head too.
I'd obviously annoyed someone, so I got out of there as quickly as possible. Usually, rainbows are pretty rare, but this was a first for me. I got to see the start of a rainbow. Unfortunately, there was no pot of gold at the bottom.
This is why I came to Shetland, to experience the coastal trail just like this. So much better than walking in the built-up areas. Hopefully, I get to see some of the wildlife and the sea life, especially like whales or sea. Seal right there, just chilling on the rock. His friend is coming in closer.
That really made my day, so I headed down the coast and started to look for a place to camp.
Just me and the sheep up here. Not too bad.
Just as the sun was setting, the midges started to appear. I was hoping they'd leave me alone for the rest of the time I was in Shetland. Being this far north, it never gets fully dark during the summer. My body was finding it pretty strange falling asleep in the sunlight.
Good morning. So it was raining on and off last night, but I got a good sleep. It's quite windy now and there's quite a few clouds, so I don't know what today's going to bring, but I'm heading towards Lerwick, the capital, just over there. I've got about 1.5 miles and I can chill. I was going to get some fish and chips, but it's a bit too early, so I know we'll see what happens, but I'm looking forward to exploring it and see where today brings me. But oh, it's good. It's just it's really nice to wild camp and not have to worry about anything. That's what Scotland is great for.
The road signs here had the Viking translation. Lerwick meant muddy bay in Old Norse. The road names couldn't have been any more Viking if they tried. I got some supplies at the local store and had a look around the capital. To my surprise, a fish and chip shop was open this early, so you all know what happened next.
So now that I'm leaving Lerwick behind, it's about a mile or two that way. It is so bleak. It's bleak. Just the wind is the only companion I have right now. And a few cars every now and then. It's just, oh, this is gonna be fun. But I'm heading towards that valley down there, and then I'm gonna cut over towards the west coast again. Let's go.
With the short summer in Shetland, the farmers were busy harvesting the fields to make hay for the long winter that lay ahead.
Oh, look at these views. Oh, it's nice to get all that wind too. This is what I think of when I think of Shetland and Orkney, the Outer Hebrides, just islands like this. Going on for so many miles.
By now, I was passing plenty of wind farms. A fun fact is that Scotland is the windiest country in Europe, and it actually produces so much electricity from wind that it can't store it all. The excess electricity is then sent all over the UK.
So I've just used the public toilets in this little village, and as I was coming out I seen these shower. It's locked, so gutted. I could have used them. I'm regretting now, for the past 2 days I could have had a dip in the sea on the nice beaches, but today I've been looking for one and it just isn't. They're just closed, really rocky, just no beaches whatsoever, so I kind of screwed myself there. So either later on or tomorrow I'm gonna have to have a dip somewhere because I need one.
The next few hours were spent passing by windswept lochs and farms.
What the? They think I have food. Sorry guys. Hello? Look at this one. Well, that's lightened up the day a bit. It's so nice now with the blue sky. It was so grey before. Oh, that was very bleak, very bleak. This will do. Flat place next to the river, and the hills just behind me. Okay, let's get the tent up.
The second I placed my pack down, a swarm of midges came out to say hello. I quickly boiled my water for my meal, then jumped straight into the tent. I spent the evening listening to the sound of the stream. Safe to say I fell asleep pretty quickly. I left camp behind and I was running low on water, but not long after I came across a fridge in the middle of nowhere.
Iron bro. So cans £2. Good morning. When in Scotland, get yourself an iron brew. Iconic. Never thought I'd be drinking that at 9 a.m, but I am running low on water. Unfortunately, they didn't have any there, so yeah, the honesty box, like the cake fridge, where you can just, they're so good. You only get them in places like this, though. You could never do it anywhere else. Let's be honest. So yeah, £2. I'll happily spend that. But I am heading about, I don't know, like a 6-mile walk, about 2 hours, until the next little village or town where I can hopefully refill my water. Slept well, but the midges were insane. I don't know how, but I woke up with probably like 50 of them in my tent. They weren't biting me, but they were just there. It wasn't nice. So really still peaceful. I'll take that.
I was astonished how remote it was here. I'd go hours without seeing anyone. Even the roads had very little traffic.
That is the only forest I've seen for the whole time I've been here. That little patch there. It's actually a great sight. Just come across a monument. I'm guessing this is for the First and the Second World War. For the locals who served. Yeah, lots of them. 1914 to 18 and then World War II.
With all this alone time, I definitely look forward to arriving into a settlement. It broke up the vast expanses of the moors.
Yes. I could not resist. I got myself some chips with a nice view. Just leaving Bray behind. These chips are pretty good actually. Lots of salt and vinegar. So I've got about a 9-mile walk, which is about 3.5 hours until the ferry terminal. And apparently the ferry goes every hour of the day until about 11 p.m, which is really good. So I'll be able to take that tonight, hopefully, cross over. It's only like a 30-minute crossing. I'll be on the second island then. Slightly more remote. Looking forward to it. Be a nice change of pace. But yeah, just got to get my head down. I've got the seat to my left. A nice little inlet. It's amazing how like the towns just spring out of nowhere. It's actually amazing. Over there is Sullom Oil Terminal. And this terminal has produced over 5 billion barrels of oil in its lifetime. How crazy is that? So 3 of those oil tankers, 3 of them full, will supply Britain with its needs for oil for one day. Just 3 of them. And to the left, you see the hill just in the distance. That's called Rowness Hill. And that is the highest point in Shetland at just over 400 metres. So somewhere to the east, over in the North Sea, all the oil and some of the liquid gas too apparently comes here.
A few hours passed and I was approaching the ferry terminal. I couldn't wait to see what the next island had to offer. One thing I did realise is that it would be so much more remote. There weren't many cars at all. It was just me and a few others.
Look at this. This is fancy. And that's where we're heading. Right over there.
Once I made it to Yell, I followed the coast for a while. I looked over and I could see the ferry heading back to the mainland.
Just found out this island I've headed to is private. There's a guy up there, he just said it's okay for you to like look around and stuff and maybe like swim, but not for wild camping, so it's alright. I need a wash, so I'm gonna go for a swim. Probably head back up and try find somewhere. Oh. It's not warm, but it's clear. I'm not going any further. But at least I can get a wash. It's so nice just to wash the grime off. Oh. Ice cold, but it's nice.
I was feeling nice and refreshed after that wash, so I followed the coast for a while in search of a place to sleep.
Okay, this place is not perfect, but there's a road going through just a moorland. Lots of midges here. It looks like there's this just a quarry or something, maybe like some kind of pit. And at the bottom, it's not the most flat, but it's gonna have to do because it just goes on for about 3 or 4 miles for nothing. Oh, never doing that again. Oh, midges all over me, biting me. So as soon as I put my pack down, a swarm of them came up from the ground. I can just feel them all over me. Oh, can't stand them. It's alright though, I've got a nice sunset. There's a little breeze just to keep the midges away now. So about 45 minutes away. It's my feet are aching. I'm hungry. I just want to be in a tent. But there's some kind of like beach about 45 minutes away. It's gonna have to do. Yeah, it doesn't even go dark, so I can't even say I'll just wait for it to go dark. Okay, this might do. So this bit isn't fenced off. There are sheep on it, but it's only this bit to the left that's fenced, so there's a little trail going through here, all the way down to the... Oh, I hope so. Please.
I was relieved to have found a spot, but that sound you hear, that is midges trying to get inside the tent. I woke up to a hungry seal searching for food in the shallows, so I decided to watch him for a bit.
Good morning. I had a great sleep, but oh my, putting that tent up with the midges, even putting it away, there were thousands of them. I've never experienced that. So I feel for the Shetlanders if they ever go wild camping, because that was no joke. So I'm just leaving it behind, camp spot, and just following the road now. Pretty bleak. There's a little village here, but there's no shops or anything, so I just got to keep going. I've got about that much left of water, about 250, 300 mils for the next 2 or 3 hours. It's alright.
I finally got to tick off a bucket list item. See a Shetland pony while in Shetland. They're so small.
That there is the old track that used to run through this nothingness before the new road was put in. And it probably wasn't that long ago either.
With the island of Yell not being that large, I was already about halfway through.
Finally.
Up ahead was the only store for a good few miles. I took a break and got some supplies. I had a coffee with a sea view. The relentless wind in my ears was torture. It was the only thing I could hear. I really was missing the sound of birds chirping in the forest. I had to get my head back in the game. There was still a good way to go. Oh, that's such a good sight, the ferry terminal right there. This has honestly been such a slog. Through all of that nothingness. Oh. Okay, I'll try to get this ferry quick. Again, there was hardly a soul at the ferry terminal. I actually had the ferry to myself, so to pass some time, I decided to look around. Here is a map of Shetland. So we started at the lighthouse all the way down, came up, and the ferry yesterday, second island, just done that, and now I'm on the ferry, crossing this stretch of water, going up towards the North Island, which is up there. This was one of the cooler welcome signs I'd seen while in Shetland. The ferry goes in a minute. This island of Unst is going to be even more remote, desolate. Not many people live here. Goodbye ferry. I best start walking. Oh, it's so windy already. Oh. So I won't lie, it's been just a very boring day. Lots of just getting my head down. Lots of sheep. So hopefully Unst can change my mind on the last two islands, because now it's just get to the end point, the very north. Okay, I'm going to try get a few miles in, then try find a campsite. The next few hours were spent getting in the miles. Every step seemed to be getting more and more remote. Feels good to set up the tent and just get inside it. Need to blow these up, make some food, and then hit the hay, because I'm done. That road walking has finished me. My legs, the bottom of my feet. So I'm just in the hills. I scared off some sheep. They were sitting here, so I felt quite sorry actually, because this wind comes across this way and the wall is covering, so sorry sheep, but this is my spot tonight. I think there they are, just up there. In the morning, heading up, and hopefully I can get to the end point at the lighthouse. Safe to say, it was amazing to get some rest after the day I'd had. It's a windy one. Oh, the further north I get, the cooler that wind is. Unst was the least populated island I'd be crossing, with only around 600 inhabitants. It definitely showed. These are the coolest houses I've ever seen. Viking longhouse. And it's open. Oh, what? It's amazing. No wonder they made them just to get out the wind on this flipping island. Fire pit in the middle. Oh, I love it. Cheers. Take a seat if you don't mind. Nice window. Oh, that window is brutal. Such an amazing design. I
love how like that's on top, all the grass. Now for the Viking longship or longboat. You can even go on top. Oh, this is pretty cool. Look at this. They've even got the monster carved on the front. That's how they would have steered the ship with this huge oar. It is massive. How the heck do they move that? So I'm heading to the most Viking sounding name in the whole of the Shetlands, Haraldswick. What a name. And there it is just there, that little village.
I took in the last beach before reaching the end point. It was so peaceful. Here in the very north of Shetland, the wind dominates and carves the terrain into what it is today.
I'm just in a random country lane in the middle of nowhere. And there's this fridge, Jane's Cakes and Eggs. And there are treats, there is chutney, cakes, honesty box. That is so cool. Oh. And you can pay with PayPal. Amazing. Luckily I don't need any, but just so so strange. Come. You guys are freaks. Go away. Can't have a rest in peace.
The course finally let me go and I headed closer to the finish.
One last hill. Once I'm over that, I should be at the finish point. I cannot wait to see this. And there it is. Okay, I'm going to take a little pebble just to remind me of this place. Nice. Oh, this wind is crazy. I feel like I'm in a hurricane.
It was great to finally get a view of the lighthouse. I can only imagine this place in bad weather.
This is as far as I can go. The lighthouse is right there behind me. The most lovely point in the British Isles. Crazy. That little rock there. So I'm going to leave it short and sweet because this wind is so bad. Hurricane winds have been recorded here multiple times, like you're talking close to 200 miles per hour. Hopefully you can hear me. But the Shetlands, thank you. It has been tough. But I'm glad to have made it here. Done.